What's up, everyone? You know that feeling when a song comes on and you just instantly have to chill? Well, today we're going to crack the code on that. We are diving deep into the massive world of music, and we're starting with the king of cool itself, reggae.
Now, seriously, think about it for a sec. Some tracks just hit different, right? They're like the ultimate forget your homework button. But here's the thing, it's not magic. It's actually kind of like music science. And we're going to break it all down using the undisputed master of the vibe, reggae.
So first up on our musical adventure, reggae. Let's treat it as our first case study. This whole sound was born on the island of Jamaica way back in the late 60s, but wow, has it traveled the globe since then. Okay, so at its core, reggae is all about that unmistakable head-nodding groove. But it didn't just appear out of nowhere. It actually evolved from older Jamaican styles. It started with a folk sound called mento, then it got faster with ska, then it chilled out a bit with rocksteady, and finally, it became reggae. It's kind of like a Pokemon evolving into its final, most powerful form.
All right, so here's the secret recipe. It's all about the rhythm. You've got this punchy guitar chord called the skank, and it hits on the upbeat, the ands when you count 1 and 2 and. Then, the drummer hits the drum hard on beat 3. That's called the one drop. That whole combo creates this feeling of leaning back, a musical pause, which is exactly why it feels so laid back and hypnotic.
Now we have to talk about the real MVP of any reggae track, the bass player. In most pop or rock songs, the bass is kind of in the background, right? Well, in reggae, it's the main character. It's loud, it's melodic, you can actually sing along to it, and the entire song is literally built around that deep, heavy bass line. Okay, so we've zoomed way in on reggae. Now let's pull back and look at the bigger picture, because reggae is just one amazing player on a much, much bigger team.
And that bigger team is called world music. Honestly, you can just think of it as a gigantic global Spotify playlist. It's the label we use for all the incredible traditional sounds from all over the planet that aren't, your standard top 40 pop hit. It's basically your musical passport to the rest of the world.
All right, buckle up. We're about to go on a lightning-fast world tour to meet a few other key players on this world music team. Let's check it out.
First stop, the continent of Africa. And you can pretty much think of African rhythms as the original source code for so much music we listen to today, and that definitely includes reggae. The roots of countless genres are right here. The key idea here is something amazing called polyrhythms. Seriously, try this right now. Tap a simple 4/4 beat on your desk with your hand. Got it? Now, at the same time, try to tap a totally different 3-beat pattern with your foot. It's super hard, right? It kind of breaks your brain. That's polyrhythm. And it's what gives this music an incredible energy that you just can't fake. Okay, next we're going to hop across the ocean to Latin America. This is a place where music and dance are basically the same thing. It is home to some of the most high-energy party music on the entire planet. What's so cool about the music here is that it's the ultimate cultural remix. You can hear influences from Africa, Europe, and indigenous traditions all blended together. And at the heart of so much of it is this rhythmic pattern called the clave. It's like the secret heartbeat of the song that just locks everybody into the same groove. Okay, let's take a deep breath. We're going from the high-energy dance floors of Latin America and switching gears completely for our final stop, Asia. This is where we find some of the oldest, most complex musical traditions in the world, often with a totally different goal.
Yeah, so while a lot of music we've talked about is for celebrations and parties, many traditions in Asia are for things like meditation or focusing your mind. The sounds of instruments like the sitar or the koto create this incredibly peaceful, atmospheric vibe. You could basically call it the original lo-fi beats to study and relax to.
So we've heard what all this music sounds like, but now let's get to the why. Why is music so important in the first place? Well, because it's way, way more than just something to listen to. It's like a culture's secret language. You can think about music as a living, breathing history book. For so many cultures, songs are there for all the big moments in life. They tell stories about heroes and ancestors, they capture feelings of joy and struggle, and they pass down important traditions from grandparents to grandkids. It's how a culture basically hits the save button on its own identity.
Okay, let's bring all this into the 21st century. Because today, thanks to technology and just pure creativity, music is getting remixed in some absolutely incredible new ways.
I mean, just stop and think about this for a second. Before we could record sound, if you wanted to hear music from another country, you had to actually go there. Now, you can discover an amazing band from a tiny village on the other side of the planet with a single click. The internet has turned the whole world into one giant stage, and that's huge for keeping these traditions alive. And when all this connection happens, you get something awesome called fusion. This is where artists are like musical chefs, right? They're taking an ingredient from one culture, another from somewhere else, and mixing them together to create a brand new flavor. Think about it, an ancient Japanese instrument playing over a modern hip-hop beat. That's fusion. It's the ultimate remix.
All right, so if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Music is not just sound. It's a universal language. It's a bridge that lets us connect to the history, the feelings, and the stories of people from all over the planet. It reminds us we're all in this together.
So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your own favorite songs, the playlists you have on repeat right now. What story does that music tell about you, about your friends, and about your world? Give it some thought. Catch you on the next one.